nation mourns Elijah Cummings. A war of words at the White House before the Dems kick rocks. And the state of our unions is in the news. I'm Jamal Simmons. I forgot my glasses today. I think I can still see, and here's why you should care. America lost a political giant today. Congressman Elijah Cummings, Democrat of Maryland, passed away. His office said it was due to complications from recent health issues. Cummings represented his hometown of Baltimore City and was a graduate of Howard University. He served in the Maryland legislature as president pro tem before being elected to Congress in 1996. In 2003, Cummings took over as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, and among other things, he helped negotiate a deal with Roger Ailes of Fox News to host and televise a debate between the 2004 Democratic candidates for president. Many people on the left were upset about Democratic candidates appearing at a debate on Fox News, but Chairman Cummings was committed to getting the biggest audience possible for a debate on black issues, and Fox was the channel that stepped up. In recent years, as the ranking member and then chairman of the House Government Oversight Committee, Cummings was a staunch critic of President Trump, determined to hold his feet to the fire. When we talked to him last year on the eve of a big Democratic victory that returned the Democrats to power, here's what Cummings said about his approach to being chairman.
The American people, they don't mind hearing about Trump, but they want to know, what are you going to do for me? How am I going to get my child through college? How are you going to enable me to live a better life? And so we have what I call a proactive agenda.
Chairman Cummings was issuing letters and statements right up until his death. Just a personal note, Elijah Cummings wasn't just a national figure, he was also a friend of my family, my wife's first boss after college, and we're going to miss him. Cummings liked to remind people of the importance of honor and integrity and infusing those values into the next generation. He was an ally and mentor to members of the Squad, the group of 4 freshman Democratic women who have made so much news, and they issued statements today. Cummings' official House biography recounts his words to live by. Our children are the living messages that we send to a future we will never see. Husband, father, political giant Elijah Cummings was 68 years old. Congressional Democratic leaders sat down with President Donald Trump yesterday to discuss Syria policy. Well, they sat down before they got up. According to The Hill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told reporters that President Trump had a meltdown during the meeting, and then Democratic leaders walked out. Trump is said to have referred to the speaker as a, quote, third-rate politician. Pelosi said the comments were due to a 354-60 House vote that rebuked Trump's troop removal plan from Syria. 129 Republicans sided with the Democrats, and President Trump was reportedly, quote, shaken. Schumer recalled the meeting saying that the speaker kept her cool completely and that, quote, it was sort of a diatribe, a nasty diatribe. Republicans remember the meeting differently. Senate Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy called Pelosi's behavior unbecoming and that she tries to make everything political. Trump responded to events on Twitter. He called Pelosi a very sick person and tweeted a picture of her standing up, pointing with the caption, "Nervous Nancy's unhinged meltdown." Pelosi's deputy chief of staff responded by tweeting, "Thanks for the new cover photo at Real Donald Trump." And now the photo can be seen front and center on the speaker's Twitter page.
I don't intend to relinquish that seat at the table.
Now, this all may seem like petty Twitter trolling between people who are supposed to be doing more important things. And why should you care about any of it? Tensions in Syria are at an all-time high. There are concerns of an ISIS revival, and the humanitarian crisis is escalating. If our leaders can't sit down and have a civil meeting to discuss this, how is anything going to get solved? We've been covering the United Autoworkers strike against General Motors, and after a month-long back and forth between the union and the auto giant, the longest strike in auto worker history may soon be coming to an end. Wednesday night, both sides reached a tentative agreement, and it will be put up for a vote today. Some of the highlights in the agreement include a 3 to 4% wage hike, $9,000 signing bonuses, health care premiums will hold steady, and a path forward for temporary employees to become full-time. That was a big deal to the strikers when I met with some of them in Detroit recently. Even though it looks like both sides are coming together, workers vowed to continue picketing until the deal is ratified. UAW national leaders were summoned to Detroit to vote on the proposal and discuss whether to send it to the locals to cast their votes. This could be a lengthy process since 49,000 GM workers must ratify the deal before it's set in stone. While the United Autoworkers are close to a deal, their efforts may have emboldened other strikers. The Chicago Teachers Union, the country's third largest school district, they went on strike today too. Teachers want a 15% raise over 3 years instead of the city's offer of 16% over 5 years. Furthermore, the school district says that by the end of a new 5-year contract, teachers will make an average of $100,000, a 35% increase according to information from the Illinois State Board of Education. However, we got sources that are close to this whole thing. Our sources say that the offer has not been provided to the teachers union in writing. With teachers at 500 schools picketing, the strike will impact over 350,000 students. So should you care? Blue-collar workers and teachers are part of the backbone of this country. They build our cars, our infrastructure, fix our homes, and teach our kids. At the same time, big companies like GM continue to increase in profits as the taxes that help pay teachers' salaries seem to keep increasing too. Shouldn't teachers get a piece of the pie? Meanwhile, parents in Chicagoland are thrown for a loop, trying to find somewhere to stick these kids all day. Real lives are at stake. Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.